Hello everyone, it's time for this week's tutorial, and this time we're going back to our favourites, the Beatles. You can't go wrong with a bit of Beatles, ain't that right?
Oh, certainly.
Absolutely, and this time we've chosen Here, There and Everywhere, which is, well, Paul McCartney rates it as one of the best songs he's ever written. Obviously, it's credited to Lennon McCartney, but Paul wrote it, although John sang it. On the record. It was never released as a single. It was on the Revolver album, and it was influenced by listening to. Or Paul said it was influenced by listening to the Beach Boys recording of God Only Knows, particularly in the vocal harmonies. There's not a lot of verbalizing in the vocal harmonies. There's a lot of oohs and ahs, but the notes the vocal harmonies choose are very interesting from a musical point of view, and apparently influenced by the Beach Boys listening to Beach Boys recording of God Only Knows. And of course the Beach Boys reciprocated, because when they did Pet Sounds, that was their attempt to sound like the Beatles. They spent a lot of time listening to the album Rubber Soul in the creation of the Pet Sounds album. So it was all a bit incestuous. But the result, as far as we're concerned, is a beautiful love song. And as I say, John Lennon sings the lead vocal on the record, and because John's voice was considerably higher than mine, he can do it in the key of G. I can't. So I've cranked it down to the key of C, C major, which is a nice singing key for my vocal range. If you want to transpose it back up to G, then go ahead using your trusty circle of fifths. And if you don't have a trusty circle of fifths, let me know and I'll email you one. Right, let's get on with the song. So it's in the key of C major, and the particular part of the song that was influenced by the Beach Boys is the introduction. If you go and listen to it on the record, there are lots of the oohs in the vocal harmony putting in some lovely harmonies. But for our melody purposes, it starts on a plain strummed C chord. To lead a better life, and then it goes to an E minor. Now, this is one of those cases where you can use the seventh if you prefer it. I'm not so sure. Try it either way. Either 0, 4, 3, 2, or even 4, 4, 3, 2, or 0, 2, 0, 2, which is the E minor seventh. Either or. See which you prefer. But anyway, after that, we go to the surprising chord and the surprising harmony in the introduction of the song, which it goes to an E flat chord, which seems to sort of come out of nowhere. And following on from an E minor, it is really quite surprising to go from there to there. Pan plays her E flat, her go-to position for playing E flat is 3-3-3-6. Mine is 0-3-3-1.
Especially when you're playing that one is why I play this one.
Two different voicings of the same chord. Incidentally, I'm using my high G tenor, my lovely Excelsior tenor with a strung high G for this particular song. I've discarded the low G because it really doesn't matter either way. Low G sounds perfectly fine. I just thought I'd bring this out for a change. And Pam is using her regular uke, her high G.
My go-to.
Her go-to, so Puccinale soprano. So anyway, here we go. We've got two leader, Better Life, and with single strums, E minor, and then the E flat. I need my love to be D minor seventh, and then you can start picking single notes to a D minor seventh and then a G seventh. So that introduction, put the whole thing together and it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. To lead a better life, I need my love to be here. And then we're into the song. And the verse is a rising sequence of notes in the bass, with the chords reflecting that rising sequence of notes. And the rising sequence is C, D, E, F. So we're going C, D, E, F. And we put the chords on top go C major, D minor, E minor, and then F major, which is just a very pleasing yet simple chord progression and that rising sequence, and it just works so well. Paul McCartney said it was one of these songs that he wrote. He was lounging by the pool with his guitar on his lap.
We've lounged by a paddling pool before.
Yeah, it's true, but not necessarily with a guitar on our laps.
True.
And so that run of chords came to him, and then he said the rest of the song pretty much wrote itself. And John Lennon came out, and they finished it between them, and this was the result. So we've got that rising sequence going 2, 3, 4. Here, making each day of the year, and again, and then it goes different. So we've got that run up, that C, D, E, F twice, and then it goes again. It goes somewhere slightly unexpected, slightly surprising, in that it goes to a B minor 7th. Now, B minor 7th, the easiest way to do that is 2, 2, 2, 2. Like that. So that's uncomplicated. It's following the B minor 7th, it goes to an E 7th chord, and you can play that plain 1, 2, 0, 2, E7. And here's an interesting thing. Before that E7th, you can play, rather than the B minor 7th, which is all 4 barred at the 2nd fret, you can play it as 2, 2, 0, 2, rather than 2, 2, 2, 2, which is the same chord, except with an E instead of the F sharp. So rather than call that B minor 7th, we'd call that E 7th with a suspended 4th, because all you need to do to get from there to the E 7th is take your middle finger off the G string at the 2nd fret and put your index finger on the G string at the 1st fret to get your E 7th. And that's quite a pleasing change. It's only one semitone different, but again, it works. It's that kind of perfect simplicity that works. And then we go through that again. We play that sequence twice, either B minor 7th or E7 sus 4. Nobody can deny that there's something there. From a D minor 7th through to a G 7th, and then of course the G 7th wants to resolve to a C, so it goes back to a C for the 2nd verse. And it's the whole thing just fits together perfectly. So the 2nd verse is identical to the first musically until you get to the very end, when there is just one quick beat on the G 7th before you go into the middle 8, the bridge. And the bridge again goes to a slightly surprising place, one that you don't expect. In fact, where in the sort of classic pop song, the verses are in the root key, and then the bridge often goes into the 4th. So if you're playing in C, the bridge would often go to the key of F. Not here. We go to the key of C minor via a B flat and an E flat again. So the end of the 2nd verse, we get 2, 3, 4. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know he's there. And then we've just got that one beat on the G7 and then a B flat. One beat on the B flat and then to an E flat. And then it goes to a C minor or a C minor 7th if you prefer it. You can, by barring all 4 at the 3rd fret. And then we go to an F minor. If you're not sure about F minor, it's 1, 0, 1, 3. If you are sure about an F minor, again, an F minor 7th actually works there. And the best way I find for F minor 7th is to bar the 1st fret and use your middle and ring fingers on the 3rd frets of the C and A strings. Like that. So, running that along then, everything else in the bridge is the same chords, F minor, G7, C minor. So just to run those through, we get the last line of the 2nd verse into the bridge, goes like this again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know he's there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere. And then we resolve back into C major for the last verse. Then the verse repeat, the 3rd verse goes through, the bridge repeats and the 3rd verse repeats, and then we just get that little coda at the end of the song, which is just a repeat of the line here, there and everywhere. So we get to the coda of the song goes like 2, 3, 4. Watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there. I will be there, C, D minor. We get that run up again. To finish, C, there and everywhere. And then just resolve to a C. So it is a perfect little pop song, but it is one of the prettiest songs that Paul McCartney wrote. But that's all there is to it. There's just those 1 or 2 little surprising chords, but the real interest of the song lies in the harmonies that those chords create. So there we are. It's a very short tutorial today, but none the worse for that. So you can go out and enjoy the sunshine. Okay, I think that's it, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yep, okay. Well, that's all from us for today. We'll have some more along for you next week. We'll put out a play-along version of this in a few days' time, hopefully with Graham showing how the bass part works on this song. We'll have another comic song for you on Friday. I believe it's St. Patrick's Day or thereabouts. So see if you can guess what's coming. But apart from that, we're off for a lie down in a darkened room, and we'll see you next time. So until we do, you know what to do. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other. It's goodbye from Pam.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye for now.